How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and we are back with another round of just hilariously dumb takes. I mean, this Xbox Rog Ally X has really done a number on people. It's done a number so bad that people have actually started to lose their minds. It is quite literally brain-breaking. I mean, some of the takes that we're going to see now are just absolutely ludicrous, and I can't really wrap my head around it. And I did say that Chris Hart did actually have some really bad takes when he actually said way back when that the PS Portal can actually run games natively, or at least insinuated that it can run games natively by showing, I believe at the time it was Assassin's Creed it was Dragon's Dogma 2 running perfectly fine on the Portal while it was having problems on the Steam Deck, and saying, look, this game runs great on my Portal when it's actually being powered by a PS5, but he's tried to insinuate by comparing it to a Steam Deck and saying that it was running native. Of course, all the PlayStation ponies decided to try and, circumvent this, but we all knew exactly what he was saying, and people called him out like there was no tomorrow. But the PlayStation defenders will be PlayStation defending. But he comes back because there's always that one more, right? He had one more in him, and well, it looks like he actually finally revealed it. So over here he says peak handheld gaming with haptic feedback and excellent gaming without spending $1,000. Now obviously this is completely wrecking issue, right? Because you've got to be a special kind of stupid to be able to post this and think that a normal sane person that has any forms of a maths teaching, I mean, even a first year math student can probably do basic full-rounded maths add-ups. Now it's crazy, right? Because this over here, the PlayStation Portal, requires a PS5 to run, and he bought a PS5 Pro, as you can see there, which is $750 plus tax. The PS Portal is $200 plus tax. So technically, he's paid over $1,000 to be able to play his games away from his console over the cloud. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. And he is trying to compare this with a device that not only can do exactly what the Portal is doing and connect to the PS5, but also actually play native games, whether it's through Steam, GOG, PC, Xbox, or whatever. Xbox PC, or whatever. It can actually do it natively without the need to run through the cloud. But it also has access to great things like xCloud and GeForce Now, as well as remote play, which is exactly what this device is doing. So my guy paid $1,000, so, well, probably about $1,100 to $1,200 so he could remote play. And he is trying to say peak handheld gaming. I mean, stupidity comes in all shapes and sizes, but when it comes to Mr. Hart, it really is in one small package, and unfortunately there isn't much intelligence there to go around. It really is quite, I mean, this astonishes me, but this is special. This is really special, right? So over here we've got peak handheld gaming, and you're not even playing the game natively. Guess what? You can't play the games natively from an Xbox on an Xbox Rog Ally X either. Well, actually you can, because Xbox isn't just a console. But if I have Halo Infinite, or if I have Avowed, that is play anywhere, which means I am playing those games on my Xbox Rog Ally, and those saves and those achievements are all interchangeable. So yes, I can play Xbox on my Xbox Rog Ally natively. I mean, he even got this wrong, and he's trying to call others a clown when he can't even understand what he's even saying. Like I said, folks, there's a special kind of stupid going on here, and whatever's going on out there in the world with this Xbox Rog Ally, it seems to have infiltrated their brains with like a hive mind kind of thing. Just the Xbox Play Anywhere games, which are the most of them but can't play old games or anything. I mean, you don't need to play backwards compatible games, right? Right? That's a feature that's a benefit, but it doesn't mean you need to. Well, damn, that means I can play more PlayStation-centric games with just the PS Portal and the cloud. Like, you can't be this stupid. You can't. You cannot be this stupid. The level of stupid here is astronomical. So what he's trying to say is through remote play, which is also available on Xbox, by the way, you can play more games. It doesn't make sense. Seriously, how can you be this dumb and still know how to breathe? Like, the stupidity, this level of stupidity shouldn't be allowed, man. Come on. We're past this. We are way past this level of stupid, but yet here we are. He's basically saying that my Portal can remote play games from my PS5. As if the ROG can't remote play from the Xbox and play everything. Right? As if it can't do that. And you know, the argument comes up, well, what about GTA 6? Well, based on what Mr. Hart is saying here, well, you can just remote play it off your Xbox and play it on your ROG Ally. I mean, technically, you are playing it on the ROG Ally, even though you are remoting from your console, right? Because yes, the console is doing the heavy lifting, but you are still playing it, physically playing it, on your ROG Ally. So for those saying that GTA 6 won't be playable on their day one natively, correct, but it will be playable in one form or another. Man, this is wild. So Jay Barry says, so the Xbox ROG Ally X doesn't have an OLED. Neither did the Portal, by the way, but they were all cheering for that at the time. And then Tripster comes along. They make OLED better. It is butter. OLED butter. And it really isn't, actually. If you want an underpowered hardware, go you. But ain't these the same people that are screaming about the PS5 Pro and how the PS5 Pro is better and it is like almost double the price at the time anyway? In fact, it was over double the price, right? With the low cost of the PS5. It was over double the price of what the PS5 is, and that's why people are calling it a scam, because of that price difference, right? That's why they're calling it a scam, because of the price difference. And now you're going to turn around and say, hey, look, this is like just over half the price of a ROG. In fact, the Xbox ROG Ally on its own without the X variant, which is $600, is more powerful than the Steam Deck OLED. It doesn't have the OLED, sure, but it is more powerful. But these guys overspent and spent double the money to get something more powerful. So they understand the concept of paying more for a higher power. And now they're trying to say a weaker platform is better. So my dude, Tripster, my dude Jay Barry, why didn't you just stick with a PS5? Why didn't you just stick with a basic PS5? It's better, right? It's better, right? By your own definitions, it's better, right? You know, the PlayStation 5 is better than the PS5 Pro, right? I mean, mental illness comes in all shapes and sizes, but not like this, guys. Not like this. Not like this. And then you got Moore's Law is dead, because obviously he can't stay out of anything. He has to constantly stick his foot into it. I have to say, I agree with this Phil Spencer guy. And I think he should call Phil Spencer immediately. Now here's the thing, right? If it's not an Xbox, why is Phil Spencer even being mentioned? Chew tumbleweed at some point, even if it is mental in your imagination. Because this is the thing. If it's a handheld PC, like D-Batch is crying it is, what has Phil Spencer got to do with anything? And considering how learned Moore's Law is dead is, and how he claims to be a learned person, The fact that he can't differentiate whether this is an Xbox or a handheld PC really speaks to his acumen. I mean, everyone says he's a smart guy, but based on this post, he's thick as shit. I'm just saying. Because if you can't tell what an Xbox is, I mean, up until recently, it wasn't an Xbox. Then the £1,000 price drops, now it's become an Xbox. It's amazing how this works, right? It's crazy good. It's crazy good. Then you got D-Batch over here. If the Rog Xbox Ally is an Xbox, why won't it play GTA 6 day one? And it will, via remote play. I'm still technically playing it from the Xbox, just like KI Gaming is saying, stream it from Xbox. I don't care if it's not native, it's going to play it. And I'm going to be able to play it even if it is through medium of cloud. If I'm outside, I will be able to play GTA 6, whether it's through the cloud or remote play, on my Xbox Rog Ally or Xbox Rog Ally X. It's really that simple. And for that reason alone, this argument is void. Because for donkeys, they've been cheering the PS Portal as a great device that plays everything, and it's going to play GTA 6 day one, and it's a cloud and remote play device. So if that can do it, and that's fine, don't start moving the goalposts and saying that it's not fine for the Xbox Rog Ally. EM says, called his BS when he said it. Man didn't grow the market with a $300 console either. I mean, these are the same people that said that the Xbox Rog Ally wasn't an Xbox, by the way, right? So if it's not an Xbox, what has Phil Spencer got to do with this again? Just putting it out there. If it's not an Xbox, what has it got to do with Xbox? But as soon as they saw that $1,000, it instantly become an Xbox. And I mean, all they're doing right now is reaffirming that what Microsoft is saying with this being an Xbox is an Xbox. Whether it's D-Batch, whether it's EM, they are all agreeing that this is an Xbox. Because if they are going to blame Phil or Xbox or Microsoft for the pricing, this is an Xbox, and they are confirming, whether they like it or not, that this is an Xbox. But just days ago, before the price announcement, they were crying and ripping their assholes into a new one that this was not an Xbox. The hypocrisy is real here. The complete mental derangement is just astonishing, just how far they've gone with this. One day, I hope scientists study the sort of invincibility shield Phil Spencer has. I mean, I hope one day they examine you, my friend, on just how much of a flip-flopping fish you actually are. Because you guys, over the past week, have not only just mentally lost it, but the amount of flip-flopping literally makes the land-dwelling fish put to shame. You guys changed your cues and your views so fast, I swear to God, I ain't seen a U-turn like that in a long time. It just goes to show that you're all full of crap. Literally full of crap. And the fact is, no one will take you seriously anymore, especially after the way you flip-flop. Well, that's it for this video, folks. I'm gonna leave this here because this is insane. The guy spends around $1,200 plus inclusive of tax on his Portal and his PS5 Pro. He spends more than the Asus ROG, which can run games natively and through the cloud and more. It's got access to like so many other things because it's running on a Windows hardware. But then he comes out with the dumbest statement like this. I don't know, you let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion. And if you've enjoyed this content, do consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. And if you're watching on mobile, then do consider leaving a hype. It is free, at least for your first free every week. So if you haven't used it yet, please do consider using it here. It really helps the channel and the video get noticed. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Leave a comment below and just share in on the fun, because the mental derangement is real. The Asus ROG Ally has hit these guys in such a way, I don't even know what to say anymore. Remain legend.